Hello everyone, my name is Aditya Ravas and I'm a software engineer, and in this series we are exploring AWS step by step in the simplest way possible. Today's topic is cloud versus on-premises. We'll look at what these terms mean, why businesses are moving to the cloud, and I'll give you clear examples so even if you are completely new to AWS, you will get it right away. So let's dive in. So let's unlock the cloud, understand what AWS cloud and what premise on-premise computing is. Let's break this down in a simple way as if you are hearing about AWS cloud and on-premises computing for the very first time. Imagine you're trying to decide how to store and manage all your photos, videos, and documents on your phone. You have two options. Keep everything on your phone, which is on-premises, or use third party services like Google Photos or iCloud to store them online. So these third party services like Google Photos and iCloud are the cloud services. AWS Cloud and on premise computing are similar choices for the business managing their data, app, and IT needs. Let's understand the landscape. Let's understand what AWS Cloud is. So AWS, which is Amazon Web Services Cloud, is like renting a super powerful, secure, and flexible computer system over the internet instead of owning and managing your own computers or servers. You use Amazon's computers, which are stored in a massive data center around the world. You can access them anytime, anywhere, as long as you have internet connection. Think of it like renting an apartment instead of buying a house. When you rent it, you don't have to worry about fixing the plumbing maintenance of the building. That's the landlord's job. Similarly, with AWS, Amazon takes care of hardware security and maintenance. You just use the service you need, like storage, computing power, or database, and only pay for what you use. Then, what is on premise and what is the difference? So, on premise, or it's called as on prem, which means that you own and manage your own computers or the servers in your own office or building. It's like keeping all your photos on the hard drive at home instead of using Google Photos or iCloud. You buy the equipment, set it up, maintain it, and make sure it's secure. You're responsible for everything: hardware, software, updates, and fixing problems. This approach gives you complete physical control over the data and infrastructure. However, it requires significant upfront capital investment for hardware, software licenses, and dedicated IT staff. You also bear a full responsibility for disaster recovery, physical security, and environmental controls like cooling and power. So, now let's talk about the core differences between cloud and on premises. Let's see this difference with an example of an analogy, a simple analogy, which is running a lemonade stand. Imagine you need a place to store your lemons, make lemonade, and serve customers. So, the first key difference I'm going to talk about is setup and ownership. In case of AWS, you can rent a ready to use stand. Amazon provides infrastructure and instant setup. Whereas in on premise, you have to build your own stand from scratch. Responsibility is all on you for all the components. This requires significant upfront effort. In case of cost structure for cloud, you pay as you go, like renting by the hour. No large upfront investment is needed, only pay for the resources you consumed. In case of on-premises setup, there is a need of high upfront cost for hardware, software, and setup. There's a fixed cost regardless of usage. In terms of maintenance for cloud, Amazon handle all the infrastructure maintenance for servers, cooling, power, and security. You can only focus on your core business. Whereas in on-premises, you manage maintenance, updates, and repairs. It requires dedicated IT staff and resources. Talking about scalability in cloud, you can instantly scale your resources up or down based on the demand. You can handle sudden spike or reduce in usage during low periods. Whereas in case of on-premises, scaling is slow and very expensive. It requires purchasing and installing new hardware, leading to over provisioning or capacity shortage. In terms of security, AWS provides robust physical and network security. There is a shared responsibility model which says Amazon secures the cloud and you secures the data in the cloud. Whereas in on-premises, you are solely responsible for all the layers of the security, from physical access to network protection. It requires extensive expertise. About flexibility and speed, AWS has a rapid development of new services and features. You can have an access to vast ecosystem of pre-built tools such as AI, analytics, and databases. For on-premises, you can experience a slower innovation cycle due to procurement and a setup time for new technologies. Now let's put it into practice. Let's take an example of e-commerce store. Imagine you're starting a small online store selling custom-made jewelry. With AWS Cloud, you host your e-commerce website, example using EC2 for servers, S3 for product images, RDS for databases, etc., and process payments. If your store goes viral during holiday sale or social media campaign, AWS scales your resources. Example by adding more web servers, increasing database capacity, etc. to handle surge in traffic. Your customers experience seamless browsing and checkout, even under heavy load. You pay a small, flexible monthly fee based on your actual usage, and Amazon handles all the underlying infrastructure and security, allowing you to focus on design, marketing, and customer service. If you go with on premises, you will have to purchase physical servers, set them up in the office or co location facility, and install all the necessary softwares. You also hire IT person or a team to manage them, ensure security, and handle updates. If your store suddenly goes viral, your existing server might quickly become overloaded and crash, leading to frustrating experience for the potential customers. Upgrading your capacity involves purchasing new hardware, shipping it, installing it, and configuring it. A process that can take weeks or even months, missing the peak demand window. You bear all the cost and responsibilities for hardware, software, physical security, cooling, and power, regardless of whether your store is experiencing high or low traffic. Making your decisions. Which should you choose for your business? Choose AWS Cloud if you're a startup or small business. It minimizes the upfront cost and scale as you grow. You need a flexibility and rapid scaling. You can handle fluctuation, workload, seasonal peak, and unpredictable growth pattern. You want to innovate quickly. You can access advanced services like AI, ML, big data without building them in-house. You prefer operational efficiency and want to focus on a core business rather than infrastructure management. Choose on-premises if you have strict data sovereignty and compliance need. If you have any compliances that says that data has to be on premises within the building and not on any third party library or services, you can choose on premises. Then you have highly predictable stable workload. where upfront investment yields long term stable cost predictability for constant demand. You require absolute control over every layer of infrastructure from your hardware to network without external dependencies. You have minimal internet dependencies for a mission critical systems that must operate even without external connectivity. So underlying crux is that if you are new to this, AWS Cloud is often easier because it's like renting ready-made solutions, while as on premises is like building and maintaining your own house. Most modern businesses, especially smaller ones, the cloud like AWS is a go-to choice because it's cheaper to start, faster to scale, and less work to maintain. So that's it all about this video. So that's it all about on-premises and cloud. In the next video, we are going to talk about cloud economics like OPEX, CAPEX, scalability, and agility.